Hey you guys, welcome in to Divine Golden Master, where we master being divine at this 3D reality, okay? So today we're going to tap into spiritual baths, all right? So I had one of my clients asking me how to take my spiritual bath, okay? The Divine Golden Bath. So I'm gonna give you guys, I've been wanting to do a revamp or redo video of a lot of my old videos. So we're gonna go ahead and go over a spiritual bath and what is a spiritual bath, how do you take it, da 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 da. Okay, so first things first, what is a spiritual bath? A spiritual bath is literally a portal, right, that you create within your home through a bathtub. And this is magic, right? We add herbs. So yeah, it's a process of combining different herbs, different spiritual colognes, different magical tools, candles, however, depending on what you do, right? Now, when you look it up on Google says a spiritual bath is a ritualistic bath, often involving specific intentions, affirmations, and elements like herbs, crystals, or essential oils intended for spiritual cleansing, purification, aligning oneself with a desired outcome or energy. Okay, so specifically, like I said, it's pretty much what I was saying. Okay, now the first thing you want to do when you are getting into your spiritual bath, we're gonna break this thing down really simple and make it digestible, because a lot of people is like, they hear spiritual bath and like, oh my god, I don't have the clearances. Okay, so you may feel like you don't have the spiritual clearances, but I'm here to tell you today that you do. Okay, you have the spiritual clearances just by being a human being in this human experience. All right, and you are a spirit, a soul having this human experience. All right, and in this world we deal with a lot of different things energetically, especially just dealing with people. I was watching this video today about a story time where this girl was talking about how this guy was sending her energy to her leg, looking at her leg, and it started warming up, right? So think about that. Think about how many times that actually happens, and not just that specific thing, but think about how many times people send energy your way and how many times you feel it and you don't even know that it's that person. Or think about evil eye, okay? Depending on where you are in the world and what role you play, okay? What character you play in this matrix. So spiritual baths are really a great way to reset. Okay, so it's a good reset, recharge, clean the slate, clean, but also a really good preparation as well. Okay, and I love water magic. I just love everything about water. It's moving, it's flowing, is what our bodies is made of. So yes, I love it. Now, the first thing that you want to narrow in on, okay, is what is your intention? Why are you taking a spiritual bath? What you doing, right? What are we doing? Okay, so if you are cleansing, which is a very common bath, right? Because we need to cleanse away a lot of the gunk and the muck that can get on us in this 3D matrix. If you are cleansing, you're gonna set the intention for that, right? Versus if you are doing a abundance bath, you're gonna set the intention a little bit. So yeah, so especially if you resonate with like mermaid energy and stuff like that too, but it's gonna be different, right? So say if you are like, even with that instance, say if you was trying to tap into your mermaid energy, your siren energy, versus doing a cleansing, it's gonna be very different, right? For that mermaid siren energy, you may get some sand to put in there. You may get some seashells. You may get some glamour, some mirrors, right? Some fancy looking, glamour looking mermaid magical tools, right? As in, like I said, seashells, sand. Also money, right? Maybe you attracted money. You want to attract more money. You take a bath with your money in there. But when you do a cleansing, it may look a little different, okay? So keep that in mind first. Before you even start to do anything, brainstorm on your intention. All right, so after you've already set the intention, Now you need to go ahead and get very clear on that intention, right? And that's why I say brainstorm, right? Write down what tools you're going to need, what crystals you're going to use, what herbs you're going to use, what spiritual colognes you're going to use. Now, if you are just buying it, you just go buy it, right? If you just buy in my bath, you just buy the cleansing bath. You just buy in the blessing bath, you just buy the blessing bath. The abundance bath, you just buy that. Okay? The guidance bath, you just buy that. And then you will go ahead and you already have your intention set. That work is already done for you. But if you're doing it yourself, then you want to go ahead and sit. And I like to put that pen to paper. Because you also, whatever you use on that spiritual bath, you don't want to forget your recipe. Because what if it works really good? You got to be able to do it again. Okay? So remember that. Brainstorm. Write things down. Get ready. Okay, so now even if you are not creating it and you just bought the bath, right? So say you set your intention, I want to get a divine goddess bath from Jasmine. So you come to my site, or you email me, or you text me like, I need a bath, for this, that, and the third. I'll ship it to you. You got your bath, right? Now that you have your bath, your intention's already set. Okay, so now you can just go ahead and get your preparatory items that you may want to add to it, but you may not need nothing. Okay, the set that you come with the bath may be enough. So you want to go ahead and, of course, cleanse, right? Cleanse that space. Really do a deep cleanse on wherever you're taking a spiritual bath at, because cleanliness is next to what? Godliness. And what are we? Gods. Ye are gods. Okay, so get that bathroom very clean. Then go ahead and set the intention, whether you're lighting candles, get your incense, whatever works for you. Some of y'all, you may, okay, and for some of you guys, like I said, we are coming into new times. We know everything doesn't look the same as it used to no more, so it doesn't take everybody to light an incense, right? Everybody may do something different. You may just speak over that bathroom, right? After you done cleansed it, you may just speak over it, right? And consecrate it, and that's how you do it. You may light an incense, however, whatever resonates with you. Get yourself prepped and ready, right? So after you've set your intention, you get very clear on it. You write things down. You take that action to cleanse that bathroom, to prep that bathroom. You bring your items that's going to be used during your ritual, because it is a ritual, right? And because you're doing it more than once. Because most times you're going to take that spiritual bath, different spiritual baths more than once. And you also are doing something that is just a ritualistic practice. Okay, and when I say that, like literally, people have been taking baths for ages and sacred baths for ages. So do your research on that too. Because I always find that when you research something, and when you really dive deep on the thing and you learn more about it, you find yourself more comfortable with it, and you find yourself being able to do it in a more effective way. Okay, so now that you set your intention, you took your action, you clean the bathroom, you setting everything up. Now everything's set up, you lit your incense, you spoke over it, you start that bath, you fill that tub, and you continue to speak over that tub. Let that tub know what it's doing. Let your ingredients know what they're doing. If you got one of my baths, they already know what they're doing. They've been charged up. So you can just pour it in there and you can speak the affirmation. All right? You can choose the affirmation. You can play a mantra. You can play... Okay, so now that you are... Basically, you're about to get in the bath now. Okay? And one thing I like to do too is like, just like you clean that bathroom, I like to take a shower before I take my spiritual bath, but you don't have to do that. Everybody doesn't do that. It's up to you. But me personally, I'm a little bit OCD with things, so I like to take, especially depending on what kind of bath it is, I like to go ahead and wash my body real good and before I take that spiritual bath. And then now that you're in the spiritual bath, I recommend staying in there to 15 to 30 minutes, but at least 10 minutes, whatever you could do. And whatever resonate with you, because you want it to hit and you want it to be powerful. So if you get bored or you feel like you losing, like you bored, like you're like, okay, I want to get on my phone, I want to get out. Because whatever it's not going to be as effective as if you're not tapped in, right? And balanced. And also, one key tip I recommend when you take your spiritual bath. So I do recommend taking your spiritual bath in the dark. Now, if you scary, Like I tell y'all all the time, I'm scared, go to church. What you said, Jasmine? If you're scared, go to church. If you're scared, go to church. Because here, we're God of our reality. But if you can't handle that, because I know it's a lot, and everybody can't handle it. If you can't handle that, you're scared, go to church. Now, if you are not scared, but you know it's a little, you're honest with yourself, and you know it's a little bit of fear still in there, don't take it in a complete darkness. Maybe get like a little diffuser light or something with the little rainbow lights. But I recommend taking it in the darkness because that's cosmic. From the darkness brings creation. Okay, so at least try to do like 5 minutes with the darkness. If you can't do it in the beginning, just try to do like 5 minutes if you get scared. And especially if you are doing an abundance, you will be able to really get some great ideas, insight, downloads, visions in that darkness. Okay, so like I said, the time frame I recommend, but use your discernment. And next, you're about to get out of the bath. Okay, so we know this water is a portal. We've literally entered into a portal. We've quantum leap. When we get out of this tub, we're not going to be the same. And this is what you need to tell yourself. Okay, as that water is going down the drain, the old you is leaving, the new you is here now, and all that old energy must go. Everything that may have been blocking you must go. And you call upon your highest timeline, right? And you do this very affirmative, very assertive. Now, when you get out that tub, right, after you said all that leaving from me is going down that drain, I am no longer who I was a minute ago. I'm a new person. I'm a new person. I'll drink to that. Okay, you're a new person. And now, what you wear is significant too. If you're doing a cleansing bath, you may want to wear something like this, some white. If you're doing an abundance bath, you may want to wear some green. But I also say, because you're going to wear it and you may want to wrap your head, things like that. But I also say, wear white if you're scared. Don't wear no colors. Wear white if you're scared. If you're still scared a little bit, wear white. You get out your bath and you want to air dry. After you air dry, I recommend getting some new underwear with the color white if you're scared a little bit, or doing cleansing. Okay, so now that you're a new person, like I said, I recommend white for cleansing, things like that. But say if you do a dark cleansing ritual to activate your dark feminine energy, you may want to throw on some black lace or some red lace, lingerie. Okay, do what fits, what resonates with you. Okay, now after that, you set your, you did all that. You got the tub. You didn't air dry it. You didn't put your underwears on, your clothes on that go with your intention. I recommend to do one more set of journaling. How did you feel? What did you experience? What did you see? Because you may not be able to write it down in darkness. You're going to be in the tub. Close your eyes. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? Who showed up for you? Because sometimes your ancestors and spirit guides are going to show up. And I said, did a cleansing ritual to activate your dark feminine energy. What I meant was you did a dark feminine activation type of bath. Excuse me. But yeah. So, I want you to write one more time and journal one more time, because it's like you're a critic, okay? How do you feel? How do you feel right now? Write that down. What did you see? I don't know. I seen a random door. I seen this. I seen that. I seen my grandma's house. Write that down. It may not make sense now, but it may make sense later. And even if it doesn't make sense later, it's going to make sense later. Okay? And when you need it, it's going to be there. And then you can also take this, and it's like, science, in my opinion, because it is science. When all these things, this is scientifically proven that the water gets an energy when you put these things in there, these crystals and stuff. So now this is science. What your hypothesis was before, and then now what happened? What did we experience? And we're going to take notes. All right, so now that you're writing these things down, like I said, for the next couple days, I want you to take notes and write down on how this bath impacted you. What's different? Because some of you guys made quantum leap jump timelines and you may not even know it. So what's different? Write it down. Pay more attention. See what you like. Because sometimes you may take like just like when we do spell work and things like that. You may do a candle and you may wanted him to be obsessed with you, but he did too much, right? Or you may have wanted this new promotion, but then they made you work too hard, right? So it's like, take down notes that's going to help you to make a more effective bath in the future. That's the whole point. The intention of the notes are to be able to perfect your craft and to understand what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. So if it was like you bought one of my baths, it worked for you really well, right? Okay, so the things that you want to make sure that you include in your notes. What day did you take this bath? Okay, a lot of people, even me myself in the past, have said, you know, and I still stick with this statement. It doesn't matter what day, time you do things, if you need it. But it's a certain science to things. Thank you. It's a certain science to things in the way you do things. So just think about the keys of Solomon, right? And it's a certain way that you do those things. It's a reason why. It's a planet ruling every hour, right? So write down what time you did it. And if you know, look up the planetary hour, look up the day, look up the moon. What is the moon in that day? Okay, because all that matters. Okay, and eventually in the future we will break down like what's the best moon cycle to do this bath. What's the best sign for the moon to be in to do this working? Like okay, so that is basically it, right? You're just gonna keep taking those notes and don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you fucking screw it. You screw it. It's fucked. Right? Excuse my language, but it's fucked. Right? So, what they say, you think long, you think wrong. Do what you, and if this does not fully align with you, do not have no problem. Like, this is like basics. You can add, take away, do what you need to do. But the main thing I want you to do is make sure that you know what you're doing. That intention need to be set. That intention need to be set. The ingredients need to be in alignment with that intention. And if you're buying it from a spiritualist like me, make sure that they know what they're doing. Once that intention is set, you take that action, you take the notes, you good. Intention, action, notes. That's it. Okay, so that is basically it, right? You're just going to keep taking those notes. And don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you fucking screw it. You screw it. It's fucked. Right? Excuse my language, but it's fucked. Right? So, what they say, you think long, you think wrong. Do what you, and if this does not fully align with you, do not have no problem. Like, this is like basics. You can add, take away, do what you need to do. But the main thing I want you to do is make sure that you know what you're doing. That intention need to be set. The ingredients need to be in alignment with that intention. And if you're buying it from a spiritualist like me, make sure that they know what they're doing. Once that intention is set, you take that action, you take the notes, you good. Intention, action, notes. That's it. All right, you guys. I love y'all so much. All right, Y'all know spiritual baths really changed my life. My first spiritual bath, I see my granddaddy and my grandma that passed away. And I never met my grandma in real life, but I've always felt her presence around me. So my spiritual baths really hold a really special place in my heart. And when I was in California and I took my first spiritual bath, even me and my partner, he took one at that time too. And it was just like something that was very transformative for the both of us. And I highly, highly recommend, because even people that are not spiritual, your kids, put them in spiritual baths. Even if you can't like use the technique, right? What is this technique? What do I mean by that? Water. What can I do with water? Well, we think about liquid instead of water, because water will mold, right? Vodka, herbs. You could do sprays. Expand your mind with the knowledge. All right, you guys. So that is it. I want you guys to take these things as guidelines and not as rules. Not even guidelines, but as suggestions instead of rules. Because I want you guys to tap into your power. And you never know what you intuitively may be guided to do. That a lot of times these, like, I hate to, you know, call names, but these babas, these shamans, these old priestess and all these things want to tell you to do this, that, or third, this one way. And that's true. That's it could work. But what is your intuition telling you to do? Because when I listen to my intuition, it's always just a little bit better than what I learned. So when you mix them together, you really create this beautiful divine synergy that is special to you. All right, so I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next one. Let me know if you have any questions down below. We will be tapping back into the gnomes. I seen your comments on my new, and I seen my comment from one of my new subscribers. I think you're a new subscriber. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen you in the past, so maybe you are. But if you're not, I apologize. But I'm really excited to touch on the gnome topic more, because so many times is it that they want us to be scared of things, right? Where they call duendes. We know duendes are, if you don't get into the spiritual tea, all right? But duendes is almost like a gnome-looking creature, or a metaphysical, I guess you could call it creature, whatever, being. But my experience with gnomes has never been the experience of the duendes. So I always say, don't always just take what people say, because a lot of times what happens is the colonizers and the how can I say archons and, you know, the watchers want you to demonize your own practices and your own people. And a wise man once said, Horus, right? We know who he is. If you don't know who he is, you better get to do your research, okay? But Horus, from the beginning of the time, said, when I was a child, the elemental spirits protected me. And then when I became an adult, the elemental spirits worked for me, okay? So what that's saying is, get into your knowledge, learn, evolve, ascend past what they're telling you, because these elemental spirits probably already protecting you, and this is why you're being guided to it. And they get a bad rep, so they could be trying to slowly but surely, like, spirits don't want to make you, especially an elemental spirit, a benevolent spirit, they don't want to make you uncomfortable. They're gonna send you subtle messages, right? So I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next one. We will be doing another video on the gnomes. The Patreon is down for right now, but it's gonna be back up soon. Okay, so I love you guys. And a wise man once said, Horus, right? We know who he is. If you don't know who he is, you better get to do your research, okay? But Horus, from the beginning of the time, said, when I was a child, the elemental spirits protected me. And then when I became an adult, the elemental spirits worked for me, okay? So what that's saying is, get into your knowledge, learn, evolve, ascend past what they're telling you, because these elemental spirits probably already protecting you, and this is why you're being guided to it. And they get a bad rep, so they could be trying to slowly but surely, like, spirits don't want to make you, especially an elemental spirit, a benevolent spirit, they don't want to make you uncomfortable. They're gonna send you subtle messages, right? So I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next one. We will be doing another video on the gnomes. The Patreon is down for right now, but it's gonna be back up soon. Okay, so I love you guys. Peace.